I found the diary on a Tuesday, tucked between two boxes of old National Geographics at Mrs. Henderson's estate sale. She died 3 weeks prior, natural causes, they said. 87 years old. Lived alone since her husband passed in 2014. The diary was leather-bound, expensive-looking. The kind of thing you'd expect to hold pressed flowers and recipes. I paid $2 for it along with a box of kitchen utensils. That night, I cracked it open at my kitchen table, expecting mundane entries about weather and TV shows. The first few pages confirmed my expectations. January 3rd, cold again. Made soup. January 7th, doctor's appointment. Blood pressure still high. Then I got to February. February 12th, the new neighbor moved in today. Young man, late 20s. Lives alone. Keeps odd hours. I watched him carry boxes in until midnight. That was me. I'd moved in on February 12th. February 15th, he leaves for work at 7:42 every morning. Returns between 5:15 and 5:30. Eats dinner at his kitchen table facing my house. He doesn't close his blinds. A chill ran down my spine. I glanced at my kitchen window. My blinds were open. They were always open. February 20th, he talks in his sleep. I can hear him through the wall. Last night he said the name, Sarah, 14 times. Sometimes he sounds scared. Sometimes he sounds angry. Sarah was my ex-girlfriend. We'd broken up 2 months before I moved here. How thin were these walls? March 1st, he started coming home with a woman. Not Sarah. This one has red hair. They argue sometimes. He doesn't know I can hear everything through the heating vent that connects our units. I remembered the heating vent. It was in the floor near the shared wall. I'd never thought about where it led. March 15th, the red-haired woman stopped coming. He's drinking more. 2 bottles of wine last night. He fell asleep on the couch with the TV on. I watched through his window until 3 a.m. to make sure he was okay. My hands were shaking now. This wasn't idle curiosity. This was surveillance. April 2nd, I've been recording his patterns. Detailed timeline in the green notebook. He has exactly 3 friends who visit, the tall one with glasses, the short woman who laughs too loud, and the quiet man who always brings beer. The quiet one makes me nervous. The quiet one was my buddy Marcus. What about Marcus made her nervous? April 20th, found the loose baseboard in the hallway. The one that opens to the crawlspace between our units. I fit, barely. I can see into his bathroom from the gap behind his medicine cabinet. He takes long showers. He sings badly. I dropped the diary. My chest tightened. I walked to my bathroom and stared at the medicine cabinet. With trembling hands, I pulled it open. Behind the shelves, where the cabinet met the wall, there was a gap. Maybe 2 inches. But from the other side, looking through. May 5th, he sleeps on his back. I've been watching from the crawlspace. There's a gap in the wall behind his headboard, covered by the painting he hung there. I removed the painting from my side. He doesn't notice because he's always asleep when I come. I ran to my bedroom. The painting behind my bed, a cheap print I'd hung to cover a mark on the wall. I ripped it off. Behind it, a rectangle of drywall, slightly different texture from the rest. When I pressed it, it moved. It was loose. A panel. I pulled it out and stared into darkness. The crawlspace smelled like old wood and something else. Something human. Like stale perfume and mentholatum. June 12, I left him a gift today. Small one. A cookie on his doorstep. He ate it. I watched through the kitchen vent. He smiled. I wonder if he knows it came from me. I put my special ingredient in it. Just a little. Just enough to help him sleep deeper. I felt my stomach lurch. She'd been drugging me. The entries continued, each one more detailed, more obsessive. She catalogued my phone calls, described my facial expressions through windows, noted which shirts I wore and whether I'd shaved. She gave names to my moods. Quiet Wednesday, when I was calm. Red Saturday, when I was frustrated. The final entry was dated the day before she died. September 28, tomorrow I will show him. I've waited long enough. He needs to know how much I love him. I've prepared the crawlspace, made it nice with blankets and a lamp. I think we'll be very happy together in there. I've already moved my things. The space between our walls is bigger than you'd think. Big enough for two. I read the last line 3 times. Then I heard it. A soft scraping sound. Coming from inside the wall behind my bed. Mrs. Henderson died on September 29, natural causes. But as I sat there, frozen, listening to something shifting in the dark space between our walls, I realized something that made my blood run cold. No one had been inside her unit since she died. And yet someone, something, was still in the walls. The scraping stopped. Then, from right behind the loose panel I'd removed, a whisper. You found my diary. Good. Now you know. A hand reached through the gap. Thin. Gray. Still wearing her wedding ring. Come in, dear. I've been waiting.